Well, a little while ago, as you know, we set up an agency within the King James Group, which was meant to be something slightly different. It wasn't a digital agency per se. The actual brief was the future-facing kind of arm of the group. So that at the moment, that is certainly something digital, which we branded Punk, which doors have been open for about a year and a bit now, so January 2012. So at the heart of Punk is the ability to offer solutions to its clients that are ever changing, that are ever depending and changing, dictated by the environment, dictated by the technological landscape, as well as the requirements of clients. So we put a brief into the agency to kind of say, right, come up with a corporate identity and a reflection of that. And what they did was come up with something that we feel is incredible. And really what that was a corporate identity that always changed. So much like Punk's product and solutions and services change, the identity changes at all times.
Actually, genetic algorithms in general are used in software development to find to an unlimited bucket of problems, or if you look, for example, at real life problems where you have a multitude of parameters, and out of that you have like infinite possibilities. In order to find the best solutions for this variety of possibilities, they use genetic algorithms just to have basically the machine use the existing parameters and have them develop or evolve over time. Actually, the way how I pitched it to Matt was just imagine what happens if you have like typefaces and renderers having sex with each other and multiply, and you get like a growing population of a multitude of instances. The idea was simple, but the execution was actually quite hard, especially on the typeface side, because one of the initial executions was just to see the 30 most favorite typefaces, and try to basically trace them with all the paths and create some sort of chromosome that describes each of the typefaces by itself. But still, on the one hand, we wanted to stick to the rules of typography. On the other hand, we didn't want it to be so restrictive, because actually we wanted to see what happens if it steps out of the boundaries of the usual typography and anatomy.
This is extended right the way through into business cards, for example, that are completely that are rendered completely individually, so that the layout of those things is never the same twice. Similarly, from an email signature point of view, letterheads all the way through. So when Eva talks about the print capabilities of this, the logo type was at the heart of it, and that always changes. But by the same token, there's a hell of a lot more within corporate identity that needed to basically have this algorithm applied to it, which they've duly done. Well, oddly, it was actually something that we were a little bit concerned about, because the idea of, I suppose, iterative process isn't a particularly new one. Absolutely, yes, did it with their bottles, where for all intents and purposes they created a vast variety of difference. Now the problem there was randomness, okay, and genes aren't about randomness. It's a very different way of developing things. In the same way that you kind of have, and Eva's talked about it, it took them 4 months to create a system to basically drop I suppose a little bit of life into. It's the same way that if you think about it with regards to the seas, the first time that spark of life existed, that's when it just spread like wildfire. So for all intents and purposes, we created a system, and now we don't know what's going to happen with it.